Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome to Lunchtime with Heavy Cardboard, where we predominantly play thinky fillers. So today's going to be a fun day. Well, two things make this day kind of different. One, sitting next to me, and number two, y'all get 4 streams today, 4 different thinky fillers, because when we picked these up at Essen, it made sense to kind of do them all as a single group.
Yeah, you decided that right away.
Yeah, it kind of made sense. So I'm your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by somebody y'all might recognize.
Jess.
All right, today we are bringing y'all a quartet of thinky fillers by XV Games. The first one is going to be Chartae, as you can see right down there. Chartae, designed by the Dr. Rainer Knizia, and all of these today will be published by XV Games. So welcome everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Before we start, big thanks to all our patrons who help support the show. If you guys enjoy the show, the content that we create here on Heavy Cardboard, then like, subscribe down below, hit the little bell so you get notified whenever we go live. And if you want to be one of those patrons who help support the show, you can go to pledgehc.com and do so. All right, so Chartae originally interested me because maps. And I'm a bit of a, I don't know what the right term is.
We looked it up, a map file, but it's
cartographile.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
So that, I like maps.
A lot.
Yes. Yeah,
yes.
so I thought this looked cool. And it's ridiculously simple. So, you ready?
Yes.
By the way, just the preface. So we have 4 different streams. And if you're watching this one live right now, all the links are down below. So after this is done, give us a few minutes to set up the next one, and then we're going to change when that one goes live, da-da-da-da-da. If you're watching this after the fact, well, it's all moot because they're just the links for you guys. So there's that. That said, my goal is to win one of the 4 today, and that's a W. So that's who you're voting for. When you pick, it's whether or not Edward will win 1.
You're fine.
Y'all know better, don't you? So you ready to get into this?
Yes.
All right, hopefully y'all are. Let's get into Chartae. All right, so Chartae, about a 10-minute thinky filler game. So what we are doing, the gist of it is we start with the windrose tile here in the center of the table. One of us will be playing land, i.e. yours truly, and one of us, the dark side, will be playing ocean for the siren of the ocean here. So Jess is going to be playing the water side. I will be playing the land side. What we're going to be doing is alternating turns, doing one of 2 things. The first option is can place one of the tiles. There is a stack of tiles, as you guys can see here. All right, and they are face up, but you always can see the top tile. From that, you can place that orthogonally adjacent to any existing tile that has already been placed. Well, as you can see, the windrose tile starts on the center of the table, and then we will be forming a 3x3 grid. All right, so once the 3x3 grid is formed, then it's just a matter of filling in those spots in whatever holes there are, as long as you're placing orthogonally adjacent. So if we place one here and then one there, that is going to be the 3 wide, etc., okay? So I said you could do one of 2 things on your turn. You either place a tile orthogonally adjacent, orienting it in any direction that you wish, or the other thing is you can or a previously placed tile, you can rotate 90 degrees clockwise and clockwise only. The catch with this part is if both players have consecutively rotated any tiles 90 degrees, the following player's turn, they must place a tile. So it can't be a permanent game of just rotating tiles. So, for instance, if I place this tile and then Jess rotates one, and then either I rotate that one or a different tile, we both have rotated in consecutive turns. In that case, Jess would then have to place a tile out on the board. And then at the end of the game, the longest contiguous group of ocean tiles, if you're Jess, land tiles, if you're me, wins the game. There you go. That's it.
Yep.
And I should point out, when I say contiguous, points do not join. It must share a side. So, for instance, and we'll shuffle these back up. So that would be 2 contiguous ocean, as would that. That would be 2 land, whereas that would only be 1 water, whether it's this one or this one. If it were at a point, something along the lines of like this, these 2 ocean do not connect because they are only joined by a point. That makes sense?
Yep.
Good. Let's shuffle up. Place your bets. Over under on Glory to Rome's a half on this, because I just don't think there will be that many on this. But there you go. All right. I think Chad's got it right, by the way. I'll bring up the chat and the camera now.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Oh, hey. All right. Happy birthday, Eric. All right. Would you like to cut, ma'am? All right. And then we will rotate these face up. And whenever you place it, you can rotate them 90 degrees, however orientation you wish. The official start player on this is whoever has traveled the most recently. And you could define travel however you want to. Who walked closest out of the studio, whatever. We agreed that Jess would go. So, Jess, you're up.
All right.
Your Honor. Here we go.
This is where my short arms come into play.
Yes.
Get over it.
And Chad says Jess 5, Edward -1's my prediction. Yep. There you go. All right. So there you go. And we're off. Well, let's... All right. So our 3x3, at least width-wise, we've decided is going to be that wide. So now it's north or south or rotate.
This is true.
Everybody's picking Jess. Y'all are smart, but damn, y'all. Really? Jeez. What a terrible tile that is that's on top that came out.
I don't know. I think it's pretty great.
Oh, this is not good for me already.
You got
Really?
so many options.
She can't even keep a straight face when she says that. Wow, that is really bad. So right now, it's 3 to Jess, 2 to yours truly. uh, 90 degrees, right? Clockwise only. Done. Jess looks perplexed.
Not what I thought you would either.
Well, your turn, ma'am. Thank you, Andre. History should make me more cautious, but I'm rooting for Team Edward. Call me an optimist. All right, so now that we have both consecutively rotated, we cannot I must place the tile, so you'll notice, just at least temporarily, Jess, 1, 2, 3, 4. Edward, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is our 3x3 grid set. Move that up north. And we'll bring these down for our T-Rex arms over here. There we go. Just saying, I was leading at some point in this. So there we go. That's unnecessary. I just realized that having this like that really cuts off this whole side of the map to me, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. All right, you must place. Yes, we can rotate the same tile or different tiles, but it always must be 90 degrees clockwise, and it can only be 2 consecutive clockwise rotations before somebody must place a tile. So the game can't go on indefinitely. And once the last tile is placed, obviously the game ends. I figured that was implied, but I guess I didn't explicitly say that.
You did not.
And you see how small of a box it comes in? Stop that. Stop that. You know what? Hold on. Oh, nope. All right, Alexander says I ordered this game yesterday from Italy. Well, there you go. Hey, MBO. Wait, did we rotate twice in a row?
We just did, which
that
is
was
why
the second.
I have
Jess
to.
has to place.
I have to place.
I didn't, right? Okay. All right. So, I think I win.
Do you? I had no choice there.
I think so.
Yeah. I needed to turn one.
So, Jess has 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you made it all the way down. See? This is why I was shaking my head. I wasn't shaking my head he was going to win. I was like, I did not sleep last night, so your chances of Jess's brain working today are not great.
All right, so there you go. That's Chartae.
Yes.
Super quick.
So can you go back to the board for a second, so we can talk about it for 1 millisecond?
No, go for it. Yeah.
So while I was placing there, I was going to talk out loud, but in a 2-player game, that's really hard to do. But every move I was making, I'm thinking about the fact that you can move these counterclockwise. My plan was to
clockwise,
move
you mean?
This way. Yeah, clockwise. So my plan was to do this to kind of cut you off and then make this go down and move this one. But then there's the fact that there's that little rule of you can't do it more than twice. He really surprised me in that last move where he turned this one because I didn't see the need for that. And so that I was anticipating future moves being like, great, he's going to place that one, which is why I left 2 tiles. And then I'd be able to turn this, and then he would want to turn one, I'd be able to place. and that was going to give me 6, was what I was counting. So there's this weird thing where you're planning on the other person's move, and then they just turn a tile, and you're like, what?
Wait, no, that's not how.
What?
Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's a planning game, but then if somebody doesn't do what you're planning, no. But the other little quirk in the rules of this is last tile placed. So if you're the person who places the last tile and it's a tie, you lose. So that's also interesting. I wanted to leave those 2 tiles because of that.
Yep.
So I was like, well, I need to see what's going to happen, so I won't place that one in. Yeah. So
yeah, that's a good point. That a tiebreaker is whoever placed the last tile loses. Because if you didn't do a good enough job of placing it,
that last tile,
then you lose.
So it's tricky. Yeah. So, and we saw this in the first game too. There was a lot of back and forth. We didn't use that clockwise movement very much.
Right.
The first time we played.
I learned.
Yeah. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I think for what it is, it does successfully exactly what it tries to do.
And I mean, tiny box. You could keep that in your glove compartment
That's
and be
the rule
like,
book.
we're waiting for appetizers. Let's pull this out. It's
small
super
footprint.
fast.
I mean, yeah, you guys see. I mean, so to put it in context, so the tiles are the same size as the rule book, and you saw how small that is compared to my hand. It's a tiny little footprint, and these are thick enough tiles.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, to where you could actually
windy
put
outside picnic, you're gonna be fine.
Or you could put a rubber band around it if you don't want the box.
But the box is actually
the same size.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to need to do that, but keeps them from getting beat up. But yeah, it's small enough to take with you and play anywhere, and it's pretty. So
yeah, well, and maps.
Maps.
Yo, dog.
I hear you like maps.
There you go. All right, 20 minutes. Boom, done. All right. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Go to pledgehc.com, support the show there. We will be back, we'll call it 11:30 for the next stream. So regardless of what time it actually says, so Libraria will be up next in 10 minutes. That work for you?
Yep.
All right. So I'm Edward.
I'm Jess.
We'll see you all then. Thanks, everybody. Yes. Victory!
I told you.
All right. Hey, welcome back.